Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everybody. In French, of course. I'm back again to continue with the conjugation to finish what we started with Mark presenting, actually introducing himself. I said I'm going to look at all the elements used by Mark to introduce himself so that we can understand what are we using in order to introduce ourselves, because in French it's pretty important to know what you're using, what elements are you using, because if you don't understand those elements you will not know how they function. It's just like in an engine of a vehicle, you have different elements. For example, you have the carburetor, you have the oil pump, you have the oil filter. You have all these different parts. They're called spare parts if they break down. You have all these parts, but you bring them together and they create an engine, or they form the engine which makes the car move. So the grammar is actually like the engine of a language. So it's important to know how the grammar functions. That's why you have sentences in French. So that's why I've been telling you very slowly and very meticulously how to get these elements and know how these elements actually function with each other for you to make sentences in French. So we continue with conjugation. So we are going to finish with the verbs that were used when Mark was introducing himself. Then we can go to other elements. So the next verb was aimer. Aimer. And like I said, the verb aimer actually starts with a vowel. And now is when you're going to see the first person, je. Here, je, I think you know by now that je, the first person is written J-E. But here you will not see the E because the E has been removed. Why? And I always say it is because E is a vowel and the verb aimer starts with a vowel A. That's why you have to remove the E and then you'll put apostrophe and you say j'aime. And just like I said, aimer au présent de l'indicatif. L'indicatif means the present tense. In French, that is l'indicatif, means in the present tense is it's a verb of it's the first group. Normally I said verbs are they're classified in groups. We'll see that much later, but actually it's a verb that ends with er, so it is a regular verb. All verbs that end with er are regular except the verb to go. Remember I said the verb to go, always remember that. So like I said, the verbs that end with er, once you know how to conjugate one, you will know how to conjugate the others. And since we conjugated a verb that ends with er, which was the verb jouer, we said normally you will remove the r and then you leave and it remains the e for the first person singular. So you'll have j'aime. Repeat after me, j'aime. Then for the second person singular, you will remove the r, but you add an s. You remove the r and you add an s, so but you pronounce it tu aimes. Repeat after me, tu aimes. And you realize that you do not pronounce es. You pronounce just aim. It is tu aimes. Third person singular. Il aime. Repeat after me. Il aime. You will notice that you have removed just the r. So you have il aime. Repeat after me. Il aime. So it's like as if it was the first person singular. Don't confuse first person and singular and third person. That is, il is third person singular, or elle also is the third person singular, feminine. So here it does not appear, but since I've shown you before, now you know that when there's an il, there has to be an l. Without s, that is singular. So it's third person. Then we come to nous aimons. Nous aimons. So that is we love. This is first person plural. First person plural. And like I said, when you see nous, it is N-O-U-S. Then the verb, yeah, the verb is here, it is emo, and you have removed er, you add ons to show that it is we. Yeah, this is ons is always in when you see it in a verb, it actually refers to we. So here you will join the s of nu, you join it with the a of emo, and it becomes nous aimons. There's no way you'll always say you'll say nous aimons. You always say nous aimons. Just like you will do it with vous. You will say vous aimez and vous aimez. So repeat after me. Vous aimez. It is you love or you like. So remember that verb is to like or to love. Vous aimez. Remember the rule of joining. Remember that rule. And then you will come to il, and when it is il, this is they, masculine plural. Remember, there's always e double l e s here because it's not there. But remember, every time when you see ils, you know you have to put you have to put that oblique stuff so that you know that there's always e double l e s. So when the s actually it's followed by the verb, you know that you will join and it is going to give a sound like z. So you say ils aiment. Repeat after me. Ils aiment. Or if it is l, it is going to be elles aiment. Repeat after me. Elles aiment. So one more time. J'aime. I like or I love. Tu aimes. You like or you love. Il aime. He likes or he loves. And there's also elle aime. She likes or she loves. And nous aimons. We like or we love. Vous aimez. You like, this is you plural, or you love. Ils aiment. So you will notice that ILS you join with M, but ENT is not pronounced. ENT, the verb aimer, you see when you add always ENT, remember it corresponds to the plural. And like I said, you see when you say il aime, singular, that is first person singular. There is no different of pronunciation with il, with lis, except now that there's an s. Now you have to join, and that is going to give us the difference. Ils aiment. You see, for the singular it is il aime, but for the plural it is ils aiment or elles aiment. Even if it is with l, it is lm, that is singular, third person singular. And if it is third person plural, it's going to be elles aiment. So I hope you have that verb. Practice those verbs. You can go to YouTube, you will find them, and you are not going to have problems with this. I'm giving you things step by step. Listen to them easily, listen to me carefully, follow things step by step, and you are going to find French very easy to learn. Let's jump over to the verb to read, which is the verb lire. So that's I said I'm finishing the verb with Mark introducing himself. Those are the verbs. Mark, all those verbs we've seen them from the beginning. The verb s'appeler is to be called. Then we went to the verb avoir, is to have. Then we went to the verb I think it's the verb jouer. It's the verb jouer. Then we came to the verb aller. Then there was the verb aller, and then we're ending up with the verb aimer and the verb lire. So those are the verbs Mark is using to introduce himself. In that introduction, there are images where Mark is introducing himself, and I have seen it with my students in class. If any of them do not follow my lessons and they come to class, I will know if they are not following if they are not doing their lessons. because they should follow, because they come with me in class, they follow these classes, so, and they have the book, and I send them the verbs and I tell them to learn the verbs. If they don't learn the verbs, I don't know what they're doing. And in French, you have to understand these things, you have to learn them. So let's come to the verb to read, which is lire. Repeat after me, lire. So lire is the verb to read. Yeah, is the verb to read, and this verb now, it does not end with er, so it is an irregular verb. It is an irregular verb, but you see, we are going to look at it, because like I said, verbs that end with er are regular, except the verb aller. Remember that. But this verb does not end with er. You remember that it ends with re, or it ends with e, but does not end with er. So remember, this is an irregular verb. It's not a regular verb. So repeat after me, is je lis, and then you realize that now we are back with je, with j and e, because the l is a consonant, it's not a vowel. That's why j and e is there. But you see, aimer, there was j apostrophe, and then you say j'aime, because we removed the e, because the E is a vowel, A is a vowel. We cannot put two vowels together. In French, it does not work. But here, L is a consonant, so you say je lis. And remember that in French, there are some words you don't pronounce. You don't pronounce the consonant at the end of the word. So, for example, here is je lis. You just pronounce je lis. You don't pronounce the S. You don't pronounce the S. So you say je lis. So that is also the first person singular. Tu lis is the same. Two, but that's what I'm saying, these are irregular verbs. They don't behave, you know, their forms change. But that's why you see tu es, je is it's the same. It is tu lis. They both end with s, but you don't say the s. And then you come to il or l. You see, it's going to still be li, but there's a t instead of an s. But you see, you don't pronounce the t, so it is he or she reads. And then we come to nous lisons. So you see, whenever you'll be seeing nous, you'll always be seeing O and S. Whatever happens, nous lisons. And then you come to vous lisez. La plupart, most of the time, you'll always be seeing EZ. You know, it's going to be, the verb is going to be with vous. So that is vous lisez. You see, it is, repeat after me, nous lisons. It's we read, or we are reading. Remember, in French, when you conjugate the verbs, it is like you're saying, it is either we read or we are reading. I go or I'm going. I like or I am liking. I love or I'm loving. You see, it's not like in English. You have the continuous present and the present tense. They are two different things. In French, the present tense and the present continuous is the same thing. So, for example, if you say je lis, it means I read or I am reading. Same thing with to lis, is you read or you are reading. So, il lit is he reads or he is reading. Elle lit is she reads or she is reading. Nous lisons is we read or we are reading. Remember that. That is the present continuous and the present normal present, just the present tense is the same thing. In English, there are two different things. So vous lisez means you read or you're reading. Il, elle, lise. So like I said, ILS or ELLES, you will always, ending of the verb is going to be always in ENT. So here it is L lise or il lise. You see, here you have to pronounce the S because there's E after S and then there's ENT. So il lise, but you don't pronounce the ENT. So let's repeat this verb after me, and then we finish. We wrap up this this conjugation of this of the introduction of Mark. So remember Mark. I'm always going to bring you back to Mark because my students, you have the book, you know who I'm talking about, and you go back to the book. And when you come to classes, I want you to have learned all these things. If you have not learned all these things, I think you will get some punishment. So here I go. Repeat after me. Je lis. Je lis. Tu lis. Tu lis. Il lit. Il lit. Elle lit. Elle lit. Nous lisons. Nous lisons. Vous lisez. Vous lisez. Ils lisent. Ils lisent. Elles lisent. So I have finished with Mark. Go back. Look at Mark. Look at the verbs. Know how they go. Look at the persons. You will see persons. Then the elements. I'm going to come back to other elements because we are going now maybe to look at the possessive elements. How to say my, my. You know, in French, it's like I said. There's the gender rule. There's the number and all that. So if it is a woman, it is going to be ma. For example, ma mère, when she says ma mère s'appelle, ma mère s'appelle. So it's that's feminine. Then mon père s'appelle, mon. You see, ma, mon, me. Yeah. Son, ça, c'est. You see, ton, ta, ton, ta, te. So you'll see those things in the next course. So follow my channel, subscribe, practice your French with go to YouTube. You get everything that I've done. You can just type and you'll get them, and you practice and try to come to class if you've already practiced. See you next time, and wish you best in your learning of French. Thank you.